Today we're going to be making this butterfly collage. It looks like this, and we're going to tape it down to the paper so you can take it off later and you could use it as a Mother's Day card. Okay, so you're going to start by taking your green sheet of paper that's going to be on the back, and you're going to write your name on it. I'm going to write my name, Mr. Lundgren. And then you're going to write your section, your grade number, and your homeroom teacher. Okay? Teacher. And then you're going to flip it over, and this is what you're going to use to tape your butterfly down on at the end so that the person who's photographing it for Artsonia knows who you are. Then you're going to take your two other pieces of paper. You're going to have a yellow sheet and a violet sheet. You're going to put them so that they're together, and then you're going to fold them in half the hamburger way, like this. Crease it nicely. And then you're going to take the fold. Notice I just flipped my paper over, so this side is my fold. And you're going to draw your butterfly so the fold is in the middle. So you save the fold. You're going to start here to make your butterfly wing up and down, around, and then make a smaller little wing on the bottom, like that. And there's your butterfly wing. Then you're going to take your paper and you're going to cut it. You're going to cut right along the line, like this, so that you've got your butterfly wing cut out nicely. When you're done with this, you're going to have two butterflies, one yellow one and one violet one, and you need both of them for the project, so make sure that you have both of them, and that as you're cutting you don't kind of chop them up either way. Okay, set those other scrap papers aside, and now you have your two butterflies. Now you're going to take one of them, I don't care which one, and you're going to cut the center out. You can notice that this yellow here and this purple are the two different pieces of paper, and to get the purple you have to cut a hole out of it that's the shape of a butterfly. So you're going to take, I'm going to set my purple butterfly aside for the moment, and I'm going to take my yellow one, fold it back up, and trace a parallel line with the edge of the line that's already there. So we have a butterfly shape on the inside. Okay, then you're going to cut that butterfly shape out. Try to cut on the line the best you can, but you're going to glue it so the pencil line is facing down anyways. But try to be as neat as you can. Then, once you get that done, you're going to have two butterflies. One that's going to go on the front and one that's going to go on the back. Okay, so here's the one that's going to go on the front, and then here's the one that's going to go on the back. Now, to make it look a little more interesting, you're going to take a paper puncher, a hole puncher, and you're going to fold it back in half, and you're going to punch a little rim around the edge of your butterfly. Okay, now I have a little saver top on the top of here, but if you don't, please hold your paper puncher close to the table so all the little dots go onto the table and not onto the floor. We're actually going to be able to use these dots later, so make sure that you save them rather than just letting them fall on the floor. And we will be sweeping the floor, and we'll be sweeping all of the dots up. So please just don't even get them on the floor in the first place, and then we won't have to spend a whole lot of time cleaning up after ourselves. Okay, do the outside butterfly and do the inside butterfly, and try to go, I'm going to try to go as quick as possible here. There's my outside butterfly. Okay, flip it over and get the other one. I'm going to try to go a little faster now. Okay, now I've got my two butterflies, my inside and my outside. At your table, you're going to have a little black tray that looks like this. Please take any of those dots, dump them in there, and if they're sitting on the top of your table, you can just slide them off the edge of the table and put them in there so you've got them for later. Then you're going to glue your two sides together. We're going to be using the red tap and glue, so make sure you press down, pick off any extra glue chunks that might be on there, and then make sure that you're gluing on the bad side where the pencil is, so you're gluing over that pencil, and push down gently and squeeze hard. I shouldn't hear any tapping while we do this because that just ruins the glue bottles. Alright, so there's my back side, and here's the front side. I'm going to glue on the inside here. Okay, flip that over. And then go. And then you can take those leftover dots, and you might have somebody else at the table who's got a couple extra pieces from, you know, a different color that they used, because you can choose whatever colors you want for your butterflies. So maybe you've got some other kind of colors, or maybe you want to repeat the same colors that you've got already, and put a couple on the table so you have them close by. And then you can make up your own design, your own butterfly design, by simply putting a little dribble of glue onto your butterfly and setting the dots on top. Now, one trick with this is picking them up is really hard because they're so small. So if you just touch your finger to your tongue, your finger a little bit wet, you can pick it up with the tip of your finger like that and then set it down into the glue. If you get any glue on your fingers, however, you're gonna have to wipe your fingers off because the glue will want to stick to your finger. Or sorry, the paper will want to stick to the glue on your finger more than it will want to stick to the glue on the paper. And I don't know why that is, but that's just how it usually ends up working out. But the glue is stickier than the saliva on your finger, so it won't want to stick to your finger. So you just kind of do that delicately. Make sure that you do follow a symmetrical pattern because butterflies are always symmetrical. So make sure you follow a symmetrical pattern and try to make it look as nice and neat as possible. Now we're going to take a little piece of black paper to make the body. Okay, you can just use a scrap paper. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need a whole sheet of black. I might even, if you're lucky, have a bunch of them cut out already for you, and you can just take a paper strip, fold it in half. Okay, and then you're going to just trim, saving the fold, of course. You're going to trim the body out. Let's make sure it's long enough. Okay, trim the body out. Cut the head so that you've got the head and the body. Okay, so there's my head and body. And then you can take two little pieces, and if you just trim this corner off like that, you'll have two little antennae to glue on. So glue your body down. And you can actually take your antenna and glue it right underneath like that and like this. And then flip it over, stick it down right in the middle so it follows the fold line that's already there. And there, you're pretty much done. Now, before you tape it down, I want you to flip it over and just write your name somewhere small, maybe even just your initials, like if I wrote ML, just so you've got, you know, it's really teeny right there. Don't scrawl it all over the place, but just nice and small so that just in case your butterfly gets separated from your green piece of paper with your name on it, we can kind of hopefully match the two back up. Then you're going to get two pieces of tape. Now, if you want to glue it down onto your green paper and have it just be a collage, that's fine, you can do that. But if you want to take it off at some point, you can get two pieces of tape from over on the green counter, and you can roll them up into little paper rolls, or sorry, tape rolls, stick it right on the crease, and then set it onto your green piece of paper by just kind of bending it a little bit like this, flipping your paper over so your name's on the back, and then just setting it right in the center. And that'll do two things. It'll kind of help these wings stand up so that when it gets photographed for Artsoni, it's got a little shadow underneath, and it'll kind of make it look like it's maybe taking off a little bit. And then it can lay flat as well. And then you can remove it later if you want it to be a Mother's Day card. So that's how you make your butterfly Mother's Day card collage.